Today we kick off our dedicated portable reviews in style, with a very quick look at a game that put the original Game Boy on the map, Tetris. I could pretty much just stop talking right now and let you watch 5 minutes of gameplay footage and you'd be all set. There is absolutely nothing I can say about this game that hasn't been said 1,000 times before, but I really wanted to pay respect to the original Game Boy because of just how huge of an impact it had on millions of people the world over. Its legacy can still be felt today. Tetris was the original pack-in game for the monochrome behemoth, and it was like a drug. There was just no way you could put this bad boy down after playing it for a few minutes. This one puzzle game changed Nintendo's future forever, as it set the stage for all puzzlers to come and to some degree all Game Boy games that followed. Its concept was simple. You could pick up the game and play it for 2 minutes or a few hours depending on your skill level. That simple rule would follow in just about every single major Nintendo released portable game afterwards. It's interesting looking back now in 2016 and realizing the potential risk Nintendo was making by packing in a puzzle game instead of Super Mario Land. Sure, both Tetris and Mario were established hits long before the 1989 launch of the Game Boy, but deciding to go with a puzzler instead of their established mascot was a bold move, and one that paid off in spades. Next week I'll be taking a look at Super Mario Land, and you can clearly see which game has aged better. In terms of gameplay, Tetris is extremely basic, and yet ridiculously complex and addicting. Blocks fall from the top of the screen made up of various shapes. There's a cube, an L, a backwards L, and other objects. Your overall objective is to clear lines which will disappear after being created. You can rotate the shapes in a variety of directions in order to best suit your needs. Once the blocks reach the top of the screen and just over, it's game over. The real trick is setting the objects in such a way as to leave a large single column for last, thereby granting you a Tetris, which will remove 4 rows of blocks in one move. This nets you the highest score, and ultimately, that's what this game is all about, achieving the highest score. There are a few gameplay modes thrown in for good measure. Game A is the mode virtually everyone knows. It's the mode where you simply play, and after you score enough points, the speed level increases. Eventually the blocks fall so fast that it's just about impossible to rotate them into position, and eventually you'll hit the classic game over screen, but you'll have one hell of a high score. Game B challenges you with getting the highest possible score by clearing 25 rows. It sounds simple, but you can increase the challenge by not only selecting a fast drop speed, but also the height level to which the blocks will be messed up. In other words, you'll have to react very quickly because a few false moves and you'll be dead if you set the height level on max. Finally, there's the multiplayer mode whereby you can challenge a friend to a fun game of Tetris. The more blocks you clear, the more your opponent's field gets bumped up. It's classic fun. For those curious, this footage was captured through the Game Boy player on the GameCube, running in 480p progressive scan and then upscaled to 1080p. The graphics hold up quite well through both the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and the Game Boy player. Even in monochrome, the game still looks pretty good. Sure, it's basic, but you can clearly see all the different shapes, and those classic 3 tunes that play are absolutely amazing. I have been humming these tunes for the past 27 years now. There have been a lot of puzzle games released over the years, but there's only one Tetris. If you have access to any of the Game Boys ever released, pick this one up. It goes for just a few bucks. Or you can go the digital route, or pick up any one of the hundreds of clones, updates, or ports that have been released over the years. I'm sure that everyone watching this has played this game at some point, and I figured it would be a perfect way to kick off our dedicated portable reviews.